Hello everyone, this is JPL, and today I'm joined with...
Christopher.
And we are a podcast name in brackets. So, how are you doing, Christopher?
I'm exhausted. It's been
good to know. So, yeah.
Okay, no.
Yeah, go on.
It's just like still getting into the school schedule. This is the second week, right? So yeah, I'm also just kind of learning how to, have a proper schedule and such. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
For people, like, you're not going to notice anything different. But for us, we're doing something different here because our schedule end is going to be complicated.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to hear this on time. However, we're recording this a few days after the last podcast.
Yeah.
Because next week, or the previous week for you guys, I'm busy all week working on a play. Might even be the week after. I don't know. But we recorded this thing now because we're meeting now for... we just happened to meet now. And so, yeah, we're going to do this. It might not be long, but yeah. Let's do this, Cowboy.
Yeah. So, you're only in one show this semester?
I'm on one show, and of course I'm on The Encounter.
Oh, okay. But that's mostly just night stuff.
Yes.
So.
Anyway, also, check out SonicCon. That's coming up in October.
Mm-hmm.
Go get your tickets now. Meet people. Do convention at Liberty during coronavirus. That's fine. But, that's great. So, how you doing, Christopher?
Fine. Tired. Just need to learn how to schedule things better.
You're so positive, man. I love you.
And I need to be more productive at schoolwork. But regardless, I'm still thankful to be at Liberty University in person, being with people, But yeah, it's a lot.
Okay, so
Christopher, yes,
was your family ever big into scrapbooking?
No. End of story. That's the 30 minutes.
Okay. Do you know what scrapbooking is?
You want to just define it?
Okay. Scrapbooking is where people, mainly women, mainly mothers and wives, they take your photos that you took, you print them out, or in this case, you go to a photo printing place and get the film printed out, and you make a book. Buy all the supplies to make this big old book with all photos. You make it fun and neat. You label everything. You explain what it is. And have this fun book of memories. This was a big deal in the early 2000s. And we'd never see this stuff anymore.
Okay. We never went to that extent. Mm-hmm. But my dad, even today, kind of makes a big deal about, having our photos printed out. We just have traditional, but basically just basic photo albums.
Yeah.
So, not to the extent of scrapbooking, but that's not a foreign idea.
Yeah, I mean, also granted, it was mainly popular in America. So
what are you saying that about us?
I don't know. Like, for me in South America, there wasn't much scrapbooking besides my mother whenever she gets supplies from the States. I don't know about your end, being in Korea and all. And
so we were in America during the 2000s. We were in Korea for most of the 2010s. Okay. But it was basically my dad. It was my dad who was really... it's my dad. He's not very crafty, but... the family legacy was important enough that he did, make sure that the photos were saved and that we had photo albums of our family. Mm-hmm. So kind of in the middle right there.
Yeah, whenever we would go to the States, my mother and my aunt would always go together in groups to just go to a scrapbooking supply store like Michael's or something, and they'd always find these supplies. To this day, they still have unused supplies that they're never going to use because scrapbooking is over now since Facebook and all other picture sites came out.
So they don't at all?
They don't do it anymore, no. But we have our scrapbooks. For instance, this is the
Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Yes. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I bet you guys are like, oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful.
So yeah, I'm holding a scrapbook in my hand. It's black. The cover is black.
I'm sorry, I'm so sarcastic.
You are sarcastic. This is like about me.
Okay.
I had this for a long time when I was a kid, and I got stickers and I just put them on here. They're not related to the scrapbook at all, but I just vandalized my own stuff.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't, but it was.
I mean, is it just a front, or is it
the back?
I used to do that too.
Yeah, the front has all the stickers from the sticker page. The back is the actual sticker page itself with the stickers all cut out.
You remember that, kids?
Yeah.
You didn't live in LA, but
no.
When I lived in LA, In-N-Out, we would always get these little sticker things with our meals and such. Oh my god. And I would after I would use all the stickers, I would just take off the big giant sticker thing that held everything together or whatever, and I don't know what I
sometimes
did with
I just put that thing on my face.
I probably put it on my clothes.
Yeah. So yeah, on my front page, it's forever stickered up with stickers from the Spider-Man 2 movie.
Everyone loves Spider-Man, don't they?
They do. I loved Spider-Man back then.
Oh, not today.
I mean, I still like the old stuff. But opening up on my scrapbook here, it's...
Guys, don't you love these photos?
Yes.
John, why did you think of doing this?
Because I can describe what the photos are, and you're the one I'm showing this thing to, Christopher.
Okay.
They're listening on our conversation. Okay. So,
but John...
Yes.
so I have nothing to show.
Good. This is my show.
I thought it's our show. Anyways, go on. What do you got?
Yes.
What do you got? Describe these photos.
All right.
Visualize them so that they can imagine them perfectly.
Okay. So the first page here is titled Swim Class. And they're photos of me in a swimming
Can you
pool.
swim?
No, I mean, not then. I can somewhat swim now.
You can somewhat swim.
I don't know.
No, I'm with you there. I can somewhat swim.
I can somewhat swim. I've not really been in a pool. I don't like swimming.
I don't like pools.
Me neither. No, not since I was young. But yeah, this was swim class where I'd had to learn to swim. I hated the heck out of this thing. The photos here are nice and cute. There's one with me putting on my goggles. There's one with me that's sitting on a bench and all wet. There's one with me in the pool. I'm holding those floaty handlebar things, trying to kick and swim thing. There's one with little circle thing that, I don't know, I put my face in underwater. I don't get the point of that. And then there's just me just standing at the corner. I hated this class. I did.
It doesn't seem like that.
No. But here, look at that. See that face right there?
No, I've seen you make meaner faces.
But that was me as a mean kid. I don't like that. I don't like swim class. I don't like that I had to go in the water. I hated swim class. So I went for a week and never went back.
I bet you could, at Liberty, you could take a swim class.
Why would I ever take a swim class?
For college credit.
Why would I ever do that?
For college credit.
What do I need college credit for?
It'd be I keep failing this youth ministry class and I don't want to take biology. Maybe I'll take this swim class.
No. I'm not going to take another swim class.
Why not?
I'm done with swimming in the pool. I'm done with swimming in the water, okay?
Uh-huh.
I can float. Yeah. I don't need anything else. As soon as you learn to float, you're good. Okay?
Just lay on your back save me.
Not even that. Just, whatever. Dog paddle. Turning on to the next page. It's titled Playtime. This was back when they're in the mall. In the middle of the mall. Just not in a room. Just in the middle, in the hallway of the mall. They'd have this play section for kids to go in and the parents to go out and shop. Which is nice. I don't think they do that anymore. Ish.
Like at Lynchburg, we have a train thing, but you have to pay to get on it.
Yeah, it's somewhat like this, but
plus with Corona stuff,
it's its own building. It's its own building.
It's its own building.
It's
its own section.
It's its own room. Yeah, and so here...
Oh, wait. Actually, no, at the mall. At the Lynchburg Mall.
That's what I'm saying.
No, our Lynchburg Mall. We actually do have a play
that's
center.
That's what I'm saying.
Where it is its own.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that. Okay. That I think you still have to pay for that, but you can leave your kids there.
I think we had to pay for this too, but okay. I don't recall. Because...
What do you think about that concept? Like, for like, at our Lynchburg Mall, that would almost be like, okay, if the kids just wanted to go hang out, that's where to go. That their parents obviously have to take them there. But it's not really like, oftentimes the parents have to, I don't think, but like at our Lynchburg Mall, do like a deep shop, right? I remember I lived in LA.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a mall we used to go to. I mean, it was big. It was big. I barely remember it. I can remember there being at least 2 stories, but there are a lot of units. Our Lynchburg Mall is puny compared to that. Like, how often do people actually, like, be like, all right, kids, I can't have you running around in the store, so I'm going to leave you there. I don't know. At our Lynchburg Mall, I just wonder. Maybe I just don't know, because honestly...
Go to Sequest.
Sequest? But can you leave your kids there?
I don't know. I mean, if you could, it'd be awesome for them.
True.
Run around petting animals. It'd be great.
Have you gone to Sequest?
No.
No?
No, like, I wanted to. I want to.
Yeah.
But it's like...
Is it free?
No. No, first glance, it doesn't look impressive.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently... There are doors, like, under the shelf that you can go in, and there's alpacas, and there's other animals that you don't see. And that's interesting. I want to see that.
Okay. Like, now I'm really realizing I haven't been to the mall in so long. I don't even think I've seen the Sequest there.
Yeah, the mall, ever since they took out the comic shop.
Oh, they took it out?
Yo, that went out of order, out of business. That was...
Wow.
That was like a year or 2 ago.
Yeah, I really haven't been to the mall in a while.
Yeah. I mainly go to the mall just for the movie theater. Right. And I don't go out that often. And besides the mall, I guess there's an FYE for your entertainment. There's that store.
Don't know.
Okay. But there's that. But there's nothing else in the mall that I really go to. Mm-hmm. Unless, you got a girl with you and she's the one who's always at the mall.
I mean, like, okay, actually thinking about it, like, I've been to the mall to, like, JCPenney's or something.
Yes.
But simply JCPenney's that I did not, like, wander around.
Yeah, like, so, yeah, of course that's... We all go to that one store.
Yeah.
But, like, actual mingling around the mall...
It's been a while since I've been, like, in the hallway... I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, they built a really nice looking section there.
I saw like some Instagram stories and I'm like, wow.
It looks really cozy.
Yeah, man. I'm just realizing like I think it was the first game of the football season last year. Like I went to get like a new pair of shoes, I hated them. And I couldn't return them because I wore them for 7 hours while I was delivering pizzas. By the way, if you want to buy that pair from me, put a comment down below on the YouTube video.
What?
Huh?
What?
I'm serious. I don't want these shoes. If they want to buy them, take them.
You don't want to give it to Goodwill?
Will they give me money?
No.
I need money.
Okay. Put on Craigslist or something.
Never used Craigslist.
That's fine. But going back to my scrapbook here... Yeah, there are images of me in the play section. I'm on top of a bear. I'm on top of a turtle. This is little sea ship. I'm on top of that. And I'm just smiling at a camera. I'm just looking at a camera. I don't know. I look like I'm on drugs here. I don't know.
Because of the flash.
I don't like pictures. Like back then,
So why is there a whole scrapbook of you?
Because my mother loves me. But yeah, taking pictures was just always awkward for me as a kid. Mm-hmm. Because it's like... What do I do?
Is it still awkward for you?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. Now I know, just smile at the camera. But, when they have to go through this whole process of like, okay.
Pose.
We got, okay, why don't we do one outside? It's like, no. No.
Don't you hate it whenever they're like, after a group photo, all right, let's take one with a silly face.
No. That's...
I hate those. No, that's my least favorite type of photo.
That's fine. It's just...
That's no fun.
That's
like,
fine.
What silly photo?
I mean, in theater, we had some fun, silly photos that we did.
I'm glad you had a good experience.
But you know, the thing that I don't like is, like, we're set up in this one place. You put it in the tripod, and we're fun. We're taking photos like that. And then it's like, okay, I'm prepared for this. Oh, why don't we go outside and take photos? It's like, no, I'm not dressed for that. I'm here.
Then how did you get there in the first place if you weren't dressed for that?
Because it's inside my house.
Oh, inside your house. Oh, I thought you were talking like at the theater.
In general.
You're like, all right, inside, all right, outside.
Yeah, but yeah, in general, stuff like that I don't like. Next page. It's called Picnic. I guess there was this one time me and my cousin decided to have an indoor picnic.
Oh, that's your picnic. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't look like this.
It's not much of a picnic. It's indoors. We have 2 kid tables and reading. I guess it's just pretty much lunchtime. But it's cute. We're playing with kid dolls stuff.
Did you see Mulan?
No.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about them all.
I'm not going to see Mulan.
Why not?
I'm not paying $30 to see Mulan.
Once you can just stream it, would you watch it?
Sure, in 2 years. But I'm not interested in seeing Mulan right now.
It's so funny, like, my quad mate, like, we talked about Mulan, like, the whole situation with it so often. Because at first he's like, I'm not going to pay to watch it and such, but we've been talking about it so much that now he's like, I think I should watch it. It's so funny.
Here's the thing. I'll probably watch it when I feel like watching it.
Yeah.
In 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like watching it now.
Well, I understand not now with the $30.
Like, even if it was, like, not $30 and just a normal thing, I don't really feel like I want to watch it.
Okay. So did you watch, like, the new Lion King, Aladdin?
No. Because I don't want to watch that.
Why not?
I don't feel like watching it. Okay. I already have the original versions to watch. Yeah. I don't need something else.
Don't you have Disney Plus?
Yeah.
What do you think of the Narnia movies?
I liked them.
Uh-huh. So which was so the first one's the best, right?
Yes.
Okay, between 2 and 3.
2.
And then 3.
Yeah. 3 was definitely the worst one.
All right, you were the one who hated number 3.
I mean, yeah. 3 was interesting. I mean, I didn't grow up with the books or anything.
Oh, okay.
So it's like they didn't have all my characters that I enjoyed. So it's like, who the heck is this kid? I don't like him. The dragon kid. Mm-hmm. The annoying kid who's meant to be annoying and rude. Mm-hmm. And then there's just some weird thing with the round table and whatnot. And Richie Peach just goes to heaven. So,
wait, he died?
Not really. He
ascended into the heavens?
Kind of. Yes. That's the metaphor. Really, it's just like, oh, I go to this distant place. That's like the home. I don't want to.
It's been so long since I read
the symbolism is heaven.
Uh-huh.
The actual thing's just, I'm going to go up a waterfall into a place that you can only get through the waterfall.
Don't worry, your hamster's in heaven. That's what C.S. Lewis was trying to tell you all along. Hamsters go to heaven.
Voiced by Eddie Izzard.
Your dogs, probably not. But your hamsters, yes.
So anyway, on to the next page is the snow days. Back when, as kids, we used to love them and go and play in the snow.
I hate the snow.
Now I like snow.
I like looking at it for 5 seconds and then I'm like, all right, just go away.
And I like snow. I like snow being there.
Uh-huh.
I'm fine with the cold. It's just like, I don't really like mingling in the snow.
Like playing in the snow?
Yeah, because it's wet.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And cold.
True.
I hate the cold.
And so you're like, here, I'm all in the snow. I enjoyed...
Everyone's complaining about how humid it is and yada yada. I'm here for it. It sucks to sweat a lot sometimes.
I'm waiting for a fall in the colder temperature.
I'm not.
The semi-colder temperature.
I'll take it how it is.
In between. Yeah, there's pictures of me in my snow. These are not that heavy snow, but it's enough for me to enjoy, because there's no snow in Paraguay and Ecuador. So, U.S. snow. That's
snow.
I love it. And then there's like a Christmas thing. I'm on a bike. It's not mine.
So you stole it?
Yes. It's just pictures of me on a bike. On the next page is my 5th birthday. Okay, celebrated with my one group of grandparents. It was Thomas the Train themed. So there's me with a Thomas the Train engine tank, cake, a lot of pictures with me in front of the cake. You just want to eat the cake. You don't really care for the pictures then. There's a couple with me opening up presents, mainly from Toy Story and Thomas. Those were fun toys.
I remember my 5-year-old birthday was Bob the Builder themed. Like Bob the Builder cake. Pretty cool.
Funny. So, the next page is me at Chuck E. Cheese's.
Okay.
For celebrating Bob the Builder, my birthday, and of course they had a Bob the Builder
thingy.
Yes, I forget his name.
Scoop.
Scoop, yes, Scoop. They had a Scoop.
What do you call those thingies?
Those
rice that you put in a quarter, and then it makes noise for 2 minutes as you
and it shakes a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Which, really thinking about it these days, you really think, like, what's the point of them?
And then there's that one.
But I remember writing that in New York.
I think this one goes up or down, I think.
I don't remember.
But there's one ride that's kind of pointless. You sit there as if you're in a car thing, and it just takes a picture of you. That's fine.
Did you have to pay for that?
Tokens, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta pay for all of them. Any ride, you gotta put in a few quarters, put in your tokens.
Does it cost money to go to enter Chuck E. Cheese in the first place?
Possibly. I would hope so.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, that was the cake.
Yes, and
that was the cake.
Yeah, and so you were saying that I got to celebrate my 5th birthday again with my other set of grandparents.
Lucky.
And so that one was Bob the Builder themed.
That was, bro. We had the same cake
with the same
for our 5th birthday.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, with these 2 figurines. Man, I loved Bob the Builder.
Bob the Builder is great.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Bob the Builder? Like the from like.
I know of it. I'm not a big fan of the designs.
The new designs are ridiculously ew.
They're ew.
And I heard that they like swapped up the personalities of the characters.
True, but I met the actress for Dizzy for the new version.
I bet it's not good.
No, I like the actress.
Oh, you do?
I mean, for Dizzy, I don't know. But I just know the actress in general. So.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, presents. More pictures of me in presents.
So you got a lot of presents.
For this one, yeah. Here's a rare photo with me and my grandfather.
Random thought.
Yes.
Isn't it kind of funny today? Like, I don't know if it's the case with you, but at least like for me, like I'm not crazy about presents anymore. Like if you get them for me, great. And I love giving presents, but honestly, like and listen, if I'm gonna get presents, I'm excited, right?
Yeah.
But it's not that big of a deal. Like it was even 5 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago.
Yeah, for me, presents. Like I love getting presents, especially if you don't know what it is, and it's like a surprise present.
Here's a present. It's this. Surprised?
I mean, yeah, sure.
I remember one time I was 11 years old. My sister was really young, and I'm about to open her present. I say, "Thank you, Ruth." She's like, "Yeah, it's a ball." I'm like, gosh darn it! I didn't even open it yet.
Yeah. For me, I pretty much always knew what I was gonna get, because like. For my family, they always ask me to write like a birthday list or a Christmas list of what I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I kind of knew My grandmother still like asks me to send her a list, but I don't because like
you don't have anything that you want.
It's like it's not that I don't have anything that I want. It's kind of like I have so much stuff that I don't use, and it's like while I can ask for this, and I kind of want this. In 2 weeks, it's just gonna be standing on my shelf here.
Yeah.
Ignored.
Probably just give me a $50, just $50 or something. I don't know.
Even still,
just give me that money so I can put gas in my car.
And so it's like I don't get figures.
Give me a gas card gift certificate
or toys for my birthday anymore because like one, I'm older. 2, they're not great. 3, what am I gonna do with them?
So where's the thing that you bought from eBay? Is it that?
That's what I got. Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, it just sits there.
It just sits there till I occasionally go there, just manhandle it, and just put it back there.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you're still proud of that.
I'm still proud of that. Mainly, also, I get either books or movies.
Books.
The only thing I'm really excited for, books or movies. Maybe I'll get a new T-shirt. Who knows? But yeah.
T-shirts are fun.
Yes. And so yeah, Bob the Builder birthday, that was fun. And speaking of the birthday, apparently my 5th birthday I got my first dollar. And I think this is the dollar it's scrapbooked into this book. So
if you're ever poor and you really need money, you know where
I can take my first dollar, yes. Yeah. Me and my grandfather, he passed away when I was little. So like I don't really remember him much, and so it's really nice to have photos of him. Apparently I look a lot like him. You can't really tell from this photo.
So that's what you're gonna look like when you're older.
Sure. Yes, and then there's a page for me, my cousins, my cousin.
I rarely have hung out with my cousins.
I mean, for us, family was important because we'd go to the States. We'd stay at their house.
Makes sense.
And so that's why the cousin relationship is more important. It's not really big now that we're growing up. We're kind of more distant, but it was much more fun back then. Because this cousin, I was really close with her. But things kind of...
was.
It was. But things kind of like changed once we got into teenagers.
Yeah.
And different lifestyle. And I kind of started judging them. And so... We're fine. We're cool. But we're not really all so excited like peas in a pot. Lovey-dovey. But yeah, here are photos with us when my uncle, he went to England and he got us soccer jerseys because I believe at that time was one of the World Cups. And so yeah, we got the soccer jersey here. It's neat.
For me, my cousins, like when my cousins lives in Colorado, or at least used to, I don't know what's his deal. We didn't live in Colorado, and then when we moved to Korea, language barrier. So that's my story with my cousins.
Yeah, and then there's another page with just like these professional photos at these places. So do you remember this? Like these places where you have to pose, and you got to choose your background and just like what it's gonna look like, and those are fun. Here's just another one where it's like, stupid kid, I don't know what to do when they take a photo, so I'm just looking at the ground. On to the next page. More of these professional photos. I got one with me holding a soccer ball, one with me holding a baseball bat. Again, it's like, I don't want to be there. I'm not smiling. Man, I wish I could just smack myself and be like, smile, you idiot. And then...
You turned 5 again.
Yeah, I turned 5 again. And so here's the photos with me when I'm 5. One where like I'm happy. I'm actually smiling in these photos. I'm wearing sunglasses. I don't know why, there's a whole page dedicated for me being frustrated when I'm 5. I'm sitting on a swing set. I'm alone. One where I'm fake crying. I'm not really crying. I'm fake crying.
You remember it?
I mean, here's the thing.
When you see photos a lot, like, they kind of bring a lot of memories, but you don't really remember.
You don't really remember, like, what the situation was, but I'm pretty sure nothing really important was going on to really justify it. It's just, like, I wanted attention. Like yeah.
Now. No, I'm kidding.
Like, that was a thing. It was like, whenever I proved myself to be sad or something back then, I wanted the attention, which wasn't great. Now we're going to my 6th birthday, which is probably one of my best, because it's the biggest birthday. Because we rented out, this is in Paraguay, by the way. So there's this place called Kid Mania. It's not there anymore. It's hard to describe. The closest thing I can think of would be that place in the mall for the kids. I don't know what it looks like inside, but there, it's like they have an arcade section with some arcade games, like button games. And then there's a different section that's outdoors with a gigantic bounce house slide. And that was fun. And this one was Spider-Man themed. And so we got all these balloons, we got the curtains, all these things that are Spider-Man related. That's cool and stuff. And, I invited everyone from school, from church. And that was fun. I consider it my best birthday because it's like, it's the biggest one. I'm in kindergarten at this point. Presents. All these people that I know, my quote-unquote friends from back then. And then there's this one photo here from, I don't know. I kind of laugh and consider it my makeshift girlfriend at the time because I can't say that we're exactly friends because we don't see each other a whole lot. Like, there's rare occasions where we see each other. And it's always exciting when we see each other. I know that her mother wanted us to get married, even though we're in kindergarten.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You do look cute there.
We're cute. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but we're cute. Yes. Did I tell you about this story here?
Tell the audience what this is.
Okay, so here's another page here. It's called Concerts.
Aka!
No. That's the name of the school in abbreviations.
Aka?
ACA.
What school do you go to? Aka!
It's not Aka. It's
like what college do you go to? Lowell? Or Lou? It's Lou.
Only Americans would consider Aka.
Lou. What college do you go to? I go to Lou. People driving to Lynchburg. Oh! Lou!
Anyway, so here's a concert. We were told to dress up as animals for this concert, and so...
It's like you could choose the animal?
We would choose an animal, and I chose the macaw, or the guacamaya. And my mother made this costume, where I'm wearing this red jacket and pants, and I got this red baseball cap. She got these orange foam shaped into a beak. She had painted it, put the thing, and then the feathers are just these cardboard feather-shaped, wing-shaped thing that I put in my arms, and she put feathers on it. And so, here in the concert, I'm put at the very end. But there's this awkward moment in the show where we have to, like, do, like, a squat down to the ground. Or just do this specific movement. However, this costume, you may not can tell, but it's actually very inconvenient because it's like there's no mobility because my arms are pretty much like stiff because they're connected to this thing, and I can't really do anything besides this and this. And so when they want us to do these special hand movements, all I can do is flap my wings and just turn my head no. On top of that, you see this image here where I'm like putting my head like that. I can't see a thing because this thing's covering my face. And so it's like I can't see, I can look down to the ground, and so I'm just shaking no because it's like I can't do a thing. And so yeah, I shared that memory with CJ and that was fun. This is kindergarten. And there's just I turn to the next page. There's another picture, a similar one with me misspelling my name, because there's 2 N's in my name, in that version of my name, and so yeah, it's just a little thing. I loved my kindergarten teacher. Mm-hmm. Speaking of trouble, he found himself in the principal's office more than once.
John.
I was very naughty back then. I was. And I got the spankings to prove it. Oh, I hated those days. But those were fun days. So yeah. That's my scrapbook.
I don't have a scrapbook to show.
Anything else you want to talk about here to maybe give this thing a little bit more time here?
So maybe I'll just go off a little bit on YouTube.
Okay. What? What do you mean?
Just I'm like digesting some.
Give us some personal stories, mate. Don't just talk about
that. Is personal because like
history segments, like when you're a kid maybe or something. Let's not talk about YouTube business.
All right, get me on a topic or something.
Okay. Did you ever have? I had a topic in mind. Oh, okay. Do you ever have like this restaurant that's your favorite place to go to? Like even now or back then, just can you like think of this one place that you go to all the time? And it's this special restaurant, and it's like something.
I remember in California, I used to enjoy going to Mac and Grill. I don't remember what was super special about it. Well, no, it was Italian based, but I can't remember what I got typically. But typically they'll also like give a salad. I would get. Or I think there was a salad bar, so I would get like Caesar dressing. I remember enjoying like Chili's, but I always get like the Kraft mac and cheese there. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
In-N-Out, classics, good stuff. Their shakes, from what I remember, best shakes I remember having. In South Korea, there wasn't necessarily like a specific restaurant. Well, then again, for like burgers, we used to go to Daria. Oh my god, bulgogi burger, so good. I love the sauce that they used for that. But like in each place we lived in, we kind of like found a restaurant that we liked when we wanted like some meat-based dinner, namely like duck meat. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like part of any chain, but like I remember, oh my gosh, I remember like the last city we lived in. I think there was one in Yeongju that we used to go to. I don't remember there was one in Pungi. I think like during that last place we lived in, we kind of started just getting to meet on our own. So that we didn't go to the city that often to eat there, but still. Then here in America, when we moved back, had Chick-fil-A for the first time. Chick-fil-A is overrated, but still good. Love the sauce.
I wouldn't say it's overrated.
You haven't met my friends.
I know there's people who say it's overrated, but it's not.
You haven't met my friends. I have some wacky friends when it comes to Chick-fil-A. You know, the ones who's like, oh, it's God's chicken, hallelujah, God's chicken. Then I'm like, yeah, it's overrated. Come on! You don't agree?
Fine,
whatever. Yeah, well, since we've moved to America, we haven't really gone to restaurants a lot. We've been to the neighbor's place a couple times.
Oh, that's a nice one.
That is a nice one. I feel like there's one or two others that we might have visited, but I can't remember.
I know. Like in Lynchburg, there's the Depot Grill.
Never heard of it.
Oh my gosh, it's a fun place. It's a
fun place.
It's a restaurant that's made from an old train depot station.
Really?
And so it's downtown. Uh-huh. It's right next to the spring that goes up. and it's right next to the train tracks. But you go there, it's nice. You look up in the ceiling, and there's weird carpet that's hanging from there. But it's a nice place. I really like that place.
Okay, that's intriguing. For me, when it comes to restaurants, though, I will say, like, because yes, our family's kind of been trying to be a little, or conservative with money. We, especially since moving to Lynchburg, we haven't gone to restaurants that often. And honestly, I personally have kind of been like, not fully understanding the point of restaurants. That sounds a little weird, but it's like, you spend so much money. Oh yeah, we've been to Olive Garden a few times. I believe
I'm not too crazy about Olive Garden.
Here in Lynchburg too. But it's like you spend a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, depending on where you go.
True.
And what you get as well.
Mm-hmm.
You get a ribeye or a steak. That's about $20. For me, I'm simple and cheap, and I just get the hamburger, and that's average $10.
Mm-hmm.
Which costs like $2 or $3 more than you get at a fast food place, but it's an average price set.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just like right now, especially like at Liberty, like I'm basically eating out almost every day.
Restaurants for me are kind of more of a special occasion type place that you go to. Another one in Lynchburg, there's one called Benjamin's. It's a place somewhere. It's over by the place. Over by Heritage, I think.
Okay.
And
I think I know where Heritage on Timberlake, right? It's okay, never mind.
Someplace. And over there, they have, in my opinion, the best fries ever.
Okay.
That I've had from all over the world. That I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like there and Charlie's.
What about what is it about the fries that makes it so good?
I
don't know.
They're crispy. They're nice and crispy, but they're not hard, crunchy crispy. They're perfect crisp. And I love it. But yeah, there's a few places that you can go to that are fun. In Paraguay, average place, they have a lot of steak. Like I mentioned in the last podcast, there was that fancy restaurant that got closed down because of COVID, and they're gone. That place was called Paulista. Again, it's a churrascaria. They bring you the meat on a stick. They cut it down if you want that cut of meat. And they keep coming back with more options of meat. There's another place called Lomito Árabe, which was shawarma, I think. Shawarma, it's like wrap. A wrap of chicken. A wrap of beef.
So you just bring in your chicken,
no,
get it wrapped up.
No.
Hope it
you go to the place, they have like a rotating thing with meat, and they cut the thing off, they put in that special sauce that's
special sauce can be really good.
And it's great. And so that's gone. That's no longer there. Not because of COVID, but it was gone beforehand. But yeah, that was a special place. And then there was this one place which they don't really have this style up here, but it's like a cafeteria. It's connected to a shopping, like a shopping store. You got a shopping store, and right next to it you got this cafeteria place where you go in.
Cafeteria.
Quote unquote cafeteria, where you go in with you get yourself a tray, you get yourself a plate or two. It's like the Rot, where you go in, you get the food you want, you go to a place, they weigh it, and then you pay after you get all your food. And there I would get a thing of steak, a thing called a milanesa, which is pretty much breaded beef or chicken, and mashed potatoes, sometimes french fries, so they have that, and a Coke. And that was great. That was great. I loved it. It's a great meal. Ecuador, they don't have a lot of great choices. I like... yeah, they don't. They don't. I mean, people, if you're interested in, like, Ecuadorian food, was basically lentils, beans, rice.
That anyone can make.
That anyone can make. Soup with popcorn.
Popcorn?
Yeah, they have soup. They eat a lot of soup in Ecuador. And they give you a thing of popcorn to put in your soup.
Actual popcorn.
Actual popcorn.
Interesting.
It's weird.
Is it good?
I don't know. I don't like the idea of...
So you never tried it?
I never tried it, but I don't like the idea of shriveled up popcorn in soup, soaked, and it's gross.
What type of soup?
I don't know. Like soup with chicken feet.
Chicken feet?
They eat chicken feet there.
Did you eat chicken feet?
No, I did not eat the... I'm not... I don't broaden my horizons. I'm not one to try things that I don't think is worth trying.
Mm-hmm.
So chicken feet, ew, no. I don't want to try that.
What other weird things did they eat?
In some parts of the country, there's cuy, which is guinea pig.
Okay, that's enough. Move on.
That was a fun time when my parents had guinea pig. You don't want to hear about that?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I had a pet guinea pig once. A few times actually, but most recently I had a pet guinea pig. He was orange and white. I named it Quito, named after Ecuador's capital. Had it for a couple of years. Give it to my aunt. She gave it to someone else.
John, how has your day been?
It's been good.
Enough about the guinea pigs.
You don't like me talking about live guinea pig?
Can we talk about them live guinea pigs another time when I don't have to think about you guys potentially eating your live guinea pigs? Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have a terrible restaurant experience?
Terrible restaurant experience. I think I wanted to ask you that one.
Me, I cannot remember off the top of my head of a completely terrible restaurant experience.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember when we first moved to Lynchburg and we went to a restaurant almost every day because we didn't have a place to stay. We lived at a hotel for 19 days. Believe that.
Yeah.
Anyways, lived in a hotel for 19 days, so we basically had to eat out every day.
Yeah.
So we were looking for cheap options and such, and one of the things that we saw was Country Cooking.
They're not great.
They kids eat free on Tuesdays or something.
Sure.
And so that's why we went. And then I think they undercooked somebody's meat. And then maybe one other thing, and we only paid $27 for a family of 7.
Okay.
A full dinner.
That's
$27.
Yeah,
that is ridiculously good.
Yes, compared to sometimes you get that for just one or two people.
Yeah.
Five Guys.
I want to try Five Guys though.
I like Five Guys. The problem is it's too expensive.
I understand it's expensive, but especially the fact I love burgers, I want to give it a shot.
I love burgers too. That's my lifestyle. Everywhere I go, I get a burger.
The only issue is I'm having burgers 3-4 times a week at Liberty.
And speaking of places I always tend to go to, whenever we're traveling, one place, especially within recent years, my dad would always take us to go to Cracker Barrel.
I need to go.
I like Cracker Barrel.
Never been to Cracker Barrel.
Oh, interesting. I like Cracker Barrel, but I like Cracker Barrel, but I get so tired of it because we go all the stinking time, except in recent years when they're not here. I kind of miss it since I've not gone. But yeah, we would go all the time, and it gets so place. But yeah, it's a fun place to go to. It's nice and rustic and love. I don't know. You and I gotta go sometime.
Yes. Question.
If we ever live together.
So, since we're on restaurants, let's, I guess,
talk about pizza, maybe?
Can we talk about my bad experience?
Oh, yeah. Go. Do your bad. I thought you kind of did.
I didn't. Okay. I didn't quite do that.
What's your bad experience? And then let's...
Okay, so...
I'm forget about the pizza. You might...
One of the things that my family would do, especially during this period where we had to travel to Pennsylvania and Virginia...
was go to Cracker Barrel.
Besides that...
Oh, sorry. Speaking of Pennsylvania, there's a restaurant that we used to visit, like when we drove up to Connecticut from Virginia. We've only been there like twice, but when we went to see my grandpa, it's called Buddy's. So that's also a bit of like a special place for my family. Anyways, move on.
Okay. And so we would tend to go, my mother would look out all these different restaurants on the way to and from to see if there's any interesting ones that we go and test out. Mm-hmm. And I've had some good experience. There's one in Front Royal called Spelunkers. It's a burger joint.
Spelunkers.
They
what?
So yeah, they have.
Are they good burgers though?
They're really good burgers. They're nice and juicy.
What a name!
And they have their own custom custard ice cream. It's a good place.
Custard ice cream?
Custard ice cream.
That sounds intriguing.
It's pretty good. And so during one of these times where you go visit a new restaurant, there's one restaurant where they had a burger with, instead of bun, they had a donut for buns. And that was interesting.
So they like cut the donut in half?
Yeah.
You sure it was a donut, not a bagel?
They either way. They'd had one that was a donut. You could get one that's a bagel.
So would it be like a glazed donut?
I think so. Yes.
A glazed donut burger.
Interesting.
So it was good.
I had a typical burger. My mother had the glazed donut, and I think my dad had the bagel. They were good.
Well, obviously you went for the...
there's a breakfast place in Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore does not have a lot of good options, especially in the Inner Harbor.
So you just go to like...
The Cheesecake Factory there was terrible. Terrible. But there was one joint that's about a couple miles from the Inner Harbor, and it's called Jimmy's. And it's a place... I've only gone there for breakfast, but it's a really nice place. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my bad experience... Mm-hmm. This is a restaurant that whenever we drive a certain road to and from, they'd always pass this one restaurant, and they look there and they see it's always crowded all the time. Mm-hmm. And so they decide, hey, if it's crowded,
it must be good.
Yes. And so we go there one time for breakfast. Oh my gosh, it was the worst thing ever. It's like pretty much run by old people. I was sitting there an hour waiting for
breakfast.
Yeah, like for like half of it was just like half an hour for waiting for an actual server to come and like ask us. Another half hour, maybe an hour for our food to show up, and which was pancakes. And there, it's like they were disgusting pancakes. It's like I bit into mine, and it's like, ooh, what the heck is this weird flavor? And then of course they gave you a thing of butter on the side, which is pretty much just melted margarine that you pour on, and that was disgusting. The syrup wasn't great, and it was terrible. It was just so disgusting. It was just like, I don't think I really ate it. I think I ate half of it, and I couldn't really eat the rest. It was disgusting.
What did your parents get, Jerry?
I think we all had pancakes, or maybe one had French toast, one had a Monte Carlo or some eggs, and they weren't good. They weren't good.
That sounds so disappointing, man.
Yeah.
To wait for over an hour.
An hour for this.
Pancakes.
For this.
Pancakes. Like if you can't do pancakes right.
Here's the thing. I can do pancakes in 10 minutes. I can do it right now. In 10 minutes.
You want me to time you?
No, but. But yeah, that was not a fun experience. You wanted to say something about pizza?
Oh yeah, so I'm like, since we're talking about restaurants.
Pizza.
I worked at Domino's for a while.
Yeah.
Before, I didn't want to work at just any pizza place at first because I thought pizza was overrated. I still do. Because so many people are like, oh, what should we eat? Pizza. Alright, pizza.
Pizza is the teenager food. Mm-hmm. I mean, I love pizza.
Pizza's not bad.
It's not. Yeah, it's definitely overrated. It's definitely not bad. I mean, I could probably eat pizza all the time.
Okay, John.
I probably could. But it's not my most favorite meal.
Okay.
But it's good.
Yes. So, I was curious. Is there a specific brand that you like when it comes to pizza? Like, yeah.
Not quite. Mean pizza is kind of weird because I always think like they're all about the same. There's places that I think they're not that great. I think there's places that have potential, but like they have a great sauce, but they don't have the great crust, which is Lido's Pizza. That's right here. And so when it comes to other like main chain pizza, I like them all depending on my mood. Like, I like Pizza Hut on special occasions. Because I don't want it all the time. Because that's greasy pizza, especially the crust. I like... Most of my life I've had Papa John's. Because I like their garlic sauce. That they give automatically without you paying for it. And that's good. Domino's was interesting. I'm fine with Domino's. And then I love Little Caesars as well.
I thought you were like gonna explain the Domino's thing.
No, Domino's is an acquired taste.
You think?
Because depending on where you go, Domino's is different.
I totally agree with that.
And that's the case with almost every fast food chain.
Yes.
Depending on where you go, it's different.
Yes.
Domino's, we had that in South America, was okay. It was bland, but I can eat it. There's a little bit more flavor here. Ish.
So for me, I worked at Rustburg. I've had to Lynchburg a couple times, and honestly, the Lynchburg, I think holds up to what I'm used to at Rustburg. I've had the Alta Vista and the one near Sweetbriar College.
Okay.
I wasn't, especially the Sweetbriar one, I wasn't crazy about, honestly. But then again, it was a small, so it was, I don't know what was up with that one, honestly.
Blaze Pizza is overrated.
I would probably agree. It's good.
I
But
don't like it. I don't like it.
Why don't you like it?
I
mean, it's
one, it's kind of small. Two, I don't like the flavor. And it's just like...
I mean, then again...
And people are saying, like, it's this great place. You go in, you build your own pizza. It's like, okay, that sounds interesting. But it's not that great.
But John...
Yes.
Do you eat your greens?
No, I don't eat my greens.
That's why. Because they prize on being fresh. And...
I mean, fresh is fine, but I don't really eat the greens. I mean, I like DiGiorno frozen pizza.
Okay.
That's interesting. Frozen pizza is more of a recent taste. I think it's
acquired.
fine. Yeah, it's. I think it's fine and passable. I enjoy it.
And it's cheap.
It's really cheap too. But it's not like, hey,
it's so different. Like especially after working at Domino's, there's nothing like having pizza that just came out of the oven.
Yeah, like there's nothing like that. DiGiorno's, I get DiGiorno's when I'm like, I don't really want to go out and get pizza. It's like, I'll just make frozen pizza at home.
Yeah,
I'm alone. I'll just eat this darn thing. But it's fine. It's good. But for specific pizza joints, there's not been many that really just piqued my attention. That's just like, this one is kind of a cut above the rest. But like in Pennsylvania, my family loves pizza there all the time. Like every weekend they try to get like a pizza night where the whole family comes together and eat pizza. And so in recent years they've been trying, instead of just always getting Papa John's or something, they're trying to get local places. And so there was one that I liked that's close by. It's called Pizza al Bacchio, which the interesting about it is that when you eat it hot, it's not that great. You have to let pizza cool down a little bit because that's when the flavor settles down. And after it's like cooled down a bit, it's fantastic. It's great.
Interesting.
But there was one pizza place that it's not the same. It's not there anymore. I don't remember what it's called, but it was in the mall. Surprisingly. And like there you get your pizza by the slice. Nice huge slice. And like it was fantastic. It was like one of the best pizzas that I've had in my memory. And so like
That was here in Lynchburg.
That was in Pennsylvania.
Oh, my bad.
And like that pizza place, from the mall, they went and got their own restaurant that's far away. I went over there recently. It's not that great. It's not the same. Like something changed in their recipe, and it's not that great. So yeah, I miss the old mall pizza. I also kind of miss Sbarro's, surprisingly, because like I don't see Sbarro's anymore. Like they're not amazing pizza, but they're fine.
Right.
I enjoy Sbarro, as opposed to other people.
I have a question for you.
Answer.
So if you were to have pizza tonight.
Yes, that we are going to do.
We are? Oh. What would you choose?
So, instead of getting just typical fast food pizza place,
okay,
I decided I'm going to get pizza from Vinny's.
And what's Vinny's again?
Vinny's is that Italian restaurant that's right in front of Target. It's
might have seen it.
Yeah, you definitely have seen it if you drove on Wards Road. Like, you see it all the time. It's a fun place. You sit in there sometimes. You get your pizza. I enjoy their pizza.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. But, like, every once in a while, it's like, it's nice pizza. So, yeah, I'm getting Vinny's because I kind of figured you probably never had...
Yeah, I've never had it. So let's give it a shot.
Yeah, so, like, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Let him try it out.
So,
They take Flames Cash there as well.
Oh,
like,
okay.
So you can go in, you can eat your Flames Cash there.
Yeah.
My mother loves the Stromboli there, so yeah.
So would we take out?
Yeah, we call in, we go in there, and then we get our food.
Okay. So
I'm doing that. So.
Yeah, so they don't deliver, I guess.
I don't like delivery.
Why?
It costs extra. You gotta pay the driver.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
Especially after working at Domino's, this is what I realized. You have the choice. You could deliver, right? Yeah, $3 extra. But you get your pizza nice, toasty, hot, and warm. Or you could buy the pizza, pick it up, take it home, and the pizza's already cold.
I don't get that. Because if you go there, like, as soon as the pizza's out of the oven...
Okay, but you still have to go home. It's like 10 minutes away or whatever.
But here's the thing. My thing is, if I don't have a car...
Yeah.
I of course go on.
Duh.
But it's like, if I have the car, and it's, like, close enough, I don't want to be lazy enough to just not go and do that. Because, like, I'm fine with going. I don't mind that.
I mean, like, Edmund... when I worked at Domino's, like, we had people who were literally across the street who paid us $3 for us to deliver it to them. Like, I mean, I get it.
That I would never do.
Right. And, like, I would get it. Like, when I worked at Domino's, like, I did start midsummer, I think. I think it was June I started. Regardless, I worked through most all the winter. So especially thinking about that, how cold the car was, or how cold it was outside, and that winter is definitely the optimal time to do
pizza cooled down. I prefer than just hot pizza.
I mean, like, hot pizza is ridiculous.
Yes, because like it's still warm enough. Like if it's warm enough, that's good because that's where the flavor is at its best.
Right, because if it's too hot, then you're just burning your tongue.
Or, like, not just that, it's also the flavor's not set in yet, depending on what pizza you get. The best pizza has the flavor that has to set in.
So, I'm thinking of, like, at Domino's, like, we would have, like, a pizza, like, warmer, like a hot rack, I think that's what we called it.
Yeah.
Like, that's where we would let the pizzas sit and rest. And honestly, like, they can stay warm for hours.
I mean, Little Caesars.
They have that too?
I mean, their pizzas are like already made.
Oh, right.
And you just go in and pick it up. Their specialty is hot and ready pizza. You don't have to wait. You just go in, pay your $5, and you get your pizza. Back when it used to just be $5. I miss that.
Yeah. I mean, like, that was like, it was warm, toasty,
yeah,
and tasty. Like, then I can't speak for Little Caesars, but Domino's, baby.
Yeah, Little Caesars. If you don't want to pay for extra for pizza, you want just a nice cheap pizza, you go to Little Caesars.
I guess that's why people like it.
Yeah, I mean, you've had it before, I think.
Once,
like for my birthday get-together.
Did I go to that?
I don't know. No, you did not. No, yeah, that's right. You didn't come.
I came with CJ.
Yeah, like a couple days before, and we didn't have pizza then.
Right.
You had chips.
And you made brownies. Did you?
I think
You made something.
I made something.
You made something sweet. I think I couldn't go because I was working at Domino's.
I think also like cheese bread maybe I also made.
I think so.
Yeah.
So you got Little Caesars that day?
For that day, yeah.
Okay.
I went out, got Little Caesars.
I think the only day I had Little Caesars was, there was a Super Bowl watch party on campus, and it was the one. I think it was the Rams. I think, and the Patriots. Was it the Patriots? I don't remember.
I don't.
Regardless, what I remember, if it was the Rams, they scored 3 points. The band that played was Maroon 5. Technically, the band scored more than the Rams did. Get it?
Shut up.
When I saw that meme, it was hilarious. I loved it.
Do you remember back in like school? I mean, you didn't actually go to public school, no? No, but yeah, back growing up, shut up was a swear word.
Yeah.
It was.
Don't you feel so cheated, honestly, these days when you look back and it's like, that wasn't a swear word.
Like,
why?
like even then, like, it wasn't really, like, a really bad word compared to the other ones, but still, use it very... Not... You don't want to, like, flat out tell someone to shut up. Unless it's your sister. But yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm not, like, super disrespectful. So, like,
and, like
if I say shut up, it's somewhat...
In the school, it's like, we have so many incidents where people, like, tattletales, like, he said the SH word. And so, like, the teachers are always like, okay, just this once. What did he say? It's like, shut up. Oh, okay. Thank you.
I feel like it's, like, when it comes to, like, some parents... Like, even my parents are still a little wary when I say shut up or something. I'm just like... Or, like, my siblings will still tell on me when I say shut up.
Here's the thing. I say just shut up jokingly. Mm-hmm. Like... like...
Exactly.
Yeah, like, it's only with you. I'm like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, and I know you don't... You're not cussing at me.
No.
And honestly, something I've almost been saying lately is just simply shut. like it's...
Or hush. Shush.
Exactly. But it's just like, for me, I remember, like, I think it was last week, I forget what, but someone, like, said something about me. I just said shut, and everyone in the room started laughing. It was pretty funny. But yeah.
But yeah, those were the fun days.
Mm-hmm. I still feel a little cheated that, like, at the same time, well, I don't know.
He called me stupid.
Exactly. Stupid was a bad word.
Kind of a bad word. Like, it was a rude word.
It's a rude word.
Yes.
But not a, quote,
bad word.
Oh my gosh. I still...
And now the word retarded is
now the cuss word.
Yes. Me and my sister used to call each other retarded all the time.
Really?
We still do sometimes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
I personally, like, I never really grew up knowing that word, and I took evangelism with Dr. Wheeler, and he flat out said in one of the classes, like, please don't use the word retarded, because it's really disrespectful. And because of that, I personally never used the word. Honestly, maybe even today's the first time I actually said it out loud.
Yeah, for me, it's like, I don't call people retarded. Mm-hmm. I call my sister retarded. Mm-hmm. Or I say that this thing that's happening is retarded. Mm-hmm. Or it's dumb, it's stupid. It's like, it's another term for, like, silly or stupid. Mm-hmm. Or dumb, which they're kind of slightly the same thing, like back in the olden days. But yeah, it's
just like I could say I'm feeling pretty gay right now. That just means happy.
That confusion as a kid was so fun. It's like, what, gay means happy, but it also means this. Huh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm having a gay day.
Feeling pretty gay right now. I'm feeling relaxed and gay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a weird thing because we don't use gay anymore in its connotation of feeling happy.
Yeah, like I can't say donkey anymore. Or ever.
True.
You know, King James donkey.
Right.
I can't say that.
Right.
Unless it's like...
I remember, like, my brother, like, he was like, reading, like, C.S. Lewis and such, and they used that word, and my sister, in our school curriculum, as much as I love it, it's Accelerated Christian Education, ACE for short, like, it's solid stuff, but one of the biggest things that piss me off so much is their Sorry. See, people consider that a cuss word. I don't, but
kind of.
I don't get it, but I do, but for the most part, don't. For the most part, I really don't.
I mean, yeah, it's because I don't want to. Like there's when you're like upset and mad, they use that, and then some people say that as like a nephew. Or it's mainly used over in England, where they say
did they do?
Yeah, excuse my language. Piss off.
Yeah,
like that.
Piss off, please.
Yes.
So I asked you. Sorry, that I can't do accents.
Sure.
Anyways, but like the curriculum would use, King James version. Pisses me off. Anyways, but, so, like, you know, Jesus came into Jerusalem riding on you-know-what. And my brother...
Hymns were, like, really funny.
Wait, the hymns?
Like, some hymns still use ox and, you know, that.
Really?
Yeah, and so, like, whenever you have kids involved and we're singing hymns in church, you look over at the kids, whenever we get to that, like, they can't keep a straight face. And they're giggling, and they're it's such a shame that word is like changed so much. That's like whenever you use it as like a serious thing for an animal, you can't keep a straight face.
Yeah. But yeah, my brother was like, I remember we were like at church, we were actually like practicing for like skits for VBS, and like my brother was like talking a little bit about Narnia and quoted a line with that word, and then I was like there like thinking, oh no.
This podcast is gonna have to be explicit.
No.
I'm not gonna do that, but
good.
You know.
Well, maybe the P word. The P word. Hopefully, people have turned off by that point.
No, hopefully they've listened all the way through.
True. Because you know, every
dollar makes all the difference.
Yes.
$1 makes all the difference.
Which is it?
One. You idiot. You messed me up.
I messed you up.
You did.
I messed you up, man.
You messed me up.
Oh, that's amazing. I messed you up.
You
totally went along with it.
I did. I went along with it.
And I was like, oh, I actually was right. And then you corrected yourself. And now I'll never know. John.
I'm more bummed out when I was bummed out before. No, I'm not, but you know. Fun times.
Fun times. John.
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
I forgot it. But I remember the beginning. So could you help me out, please?
Okay.
Every...
One.
Frick.
You got me once. That's when I wasn't paying attention.
I'm going to try to do it again.
Next time. I'll be paying attention this next time. We'll see. Alright, anything else we want to say for today?
We probably bored everyone out by this point.
No, we had a fun time.
True. I feel like this conversation about cussing has been entertaining.
Yeah. Next time, let's talk about the lottery.
Ooh. Why? Did you ever do the lottery?
No, No.
No?
Anyway, thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye.